Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Unique Sums Sudoku. So this Sudoku is constructed by SamuPiano, and I really thank the author for giving me an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. So the particular reason for me to cover a video on this one, because I had created a unique sum killer Sudoku for my patrons of my Patreon page Enthralling Sudoku, and I know it's not an easy thing to construct this variant without givens. So after seeing this grid, I was really enthusiastic about covering a video on this one and see how actually this Sudoku is. So I really appreciate the author for this Sudoku, because it's really not easy to construct a unique sum Sudoku without a given. And when I saw this grid, I saw that there was not even a single given in this grid, and I was shocked to see it, and I really wanted to cover a video on this one. So let's see if we are able to crack this Sudoku or not. So before going to this Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on regular basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or puzzle genre, you can let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming back to this puzzle, so I will start the puzzle here. So I'll just explain you what are the rules of this puzzle. So normal Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition. Apart from that, digits do not repeat in a cage. So there are some cages in the grid. So digits do not repeat in the cage, and the sum of the digits in each cage is a unique total. So for example, if the sum of these two digits is a number, let us assume an x, then there cannot be any other x sum in any of the cages. So all the sums in the cage will have to be of different total, and the cell with the gray square contains an even digit, right? So yeah, let's see if we are able to crack this Sudoku or not. And how do I start here? So one thing I will see is how many single cell cages are there here. 4, 8, okay, 9. There are 9 single cell cages, which means 1 to 9 are already filled. So what is the minimum total possible? Let us see that. So 1 to 9 is done. Let us achieve 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So the minimum cage you can get, the minimum total is 22 at least. Something you can get more than 22 as well. We are not sure, because there is no such rule that the cages would have to be 1 to 22 or 1 to n, where the n is the number of cages. So nothing of that sort. So you can even have a cage total as 21 and the next cage total can be 23. So we are not sure of it. So we know that 1 to 9 is already filled. The maximum total we can get for a 2 cell cage is 17. So let us assume we have a 10 here, 11 here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Of course, amazing. This is nice. So which means you have 10 to 17 also used by the 2 cell cages. So 18 will at least have 3 cell cage. So 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. You have 3 5 cell cages, and the minimum sum you can get is, at least you will have to have a 22 sum. You can have something more than 22, but yeah, how do I go with it? If any of these 4 3 cell cages can be 22 or more than 22, so one of the total will have to be 22 or more. And can the 22 be this one of these 4 cell cages? If you have a 22, the minimum total for a 3 cell cage is 18 here. So 22 plus 18 gives you 40, which is not possible because at least you need a 6 in these 3 cells, so that is sums to 46, and a whole box can only sum to 45. So which means the maximum cage that we have, which is either 22 or greater than 22, can never be in these 4 cages, so it has to be this one. So this is a cage which is 22 or more. So how do I write that? Okay, this would have to be 22 or more, right? Okay. So see, the maximum these 4 cages can have is 39 plus 39, that is 78, because you need at least 1 2 3 in these 3 cells. So that means the sum of the other cells would have to be 39 at least. Maximum, I am sorry, it has to be maximum 39, not more than 39, right? So let us assume, taking the minimum sum possible, 18 19 20 and 21, sum of these 4 cells. What are the sum? 18 19 20 and 21, that gives you 19 plus 21 is 40, plus 20 is 60, plus 18 is 78. Amazing logic, that is really amazing logic. So which means we got our 4 cell cages, cages total is 18 19 20 and 21. This can be anything, it can be 22 23 24, we are not sure of it, but we know that these 4 cages would have to be 18 19 20 and 21, and which means all of these would have to be 1 2 or a 3. That's really amazing. So let us take the minimum for all these 3. This can be a really good way to do. Let us assume this is 10, this is 18, which is 28, this is 22, which is 50. And being the minimum, which is 1 and 2, we get a 53 sum for the whole row plus a 1 cell, which means this can still be 8 or a 9, and which means this can still be a 22 or a 23. Okay, possibility, we have a possibility here, but we know that this can only be an 18 or a 19, this can only be a 10 or 11, this can only be a 22 or a 23. We have a degree of freedom as maximum 1 has a degree of freedom here, but how do I actually disambiguate this? Let us take this one, 10 11 or a 12. 10 11 and 12, we are taking the minimum sum here. So taking the minimum sum is really important here. We get to know what is the degree of freedom we get for each of the box or a row or a column, right? How many sums we can go above or below. So if I take 10 11 or a 12 minimum, I am sorry, which we get is 33, plus this is 4 and 5, because 1 2 or 3 are gone. 33 plus 9 is 42. There we have a degree of freedom as 2. I am sorry, you can still have 1 2 or a 3. We have a 2 degree of freedom here. Okay, okay, that's amazing. What we take this as 10 now, the sum is, let us assume the sum here is 10, right? We have only 1 degree of freedom here, right? So if it is 10 plus 18 plus 22, we are taking the minimum sum, which is 50, plus 1 and 2, both sides 53, so this is 8 and 9. We get a 53 here, and this can only be 8 or a 9. But if we take this as 10, 11 12 and 13, right? Which is nothing but 36 plus 9 is 45. This would be remaining yet. So this cannot be 10. I really appreciate this Sudoku, guys. Amazing logic, amazing logic. I would say I'm quite good at this because I've created this and I know how unique sum killer Sudoku actually work. So I really know about this, but this is really amazing. I really appreciate the logic that has been designed in this Sudoku. So this would have to be the sum as 11, and then we get all the maximums here. I mean to say, if we take all the minimum cages here, this row is actually fulfilled. So which means if you take this as 11, this would be 10, 12 and 13, right? Amazing. 10, 12 and 13, that gives you 35 plus 9, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3 are done. 4 and 5 plus 9 is 44, and this would have to be 1. Again, this logic actually fulfills both the box and the row simultaneously. So which means the sum of this thing is 11. Is there any way I can write here? I'm not sure if I can write. I've never used Sudoku tab except for solving online videos. Sudokus for videos actually. I'm not sure if okay, so this is not the one. I'll just remove that. I don't need that now. I'm not sure if this killer Sudoku thing will work. We don't require this as well. No, let us, oh sorry, I just did the full screen here. Let us remove, let us do that usual thing. I'll just off it, and okay, we know, so this is 11, this is 18, and this has to be 22. So which means we get plus 1 and 2, we get 54. So this has to be 9, that gives you a 45 here, and this has to be 1 2 1 2, right? And which means again this is 10, 11, 10, 12 and 13, that gives you 36, 35 plus 4 and 5 here, so that is 44, and this has to be 1. So we get to remove 1 from this cells, all of these cells, and you get a 1 in one of these two cells. So this is not a 1, and we get a 1 here. Amazing. So which means all the 2 cell cages, out of the 2 cell cages we have fulfilled the 10, 11, 12 and 13. So out of these 4, they are 14, 15, 16 and 17, right? Okay. So there is nothing but 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 17, 16, 15 and 14 are the sum cages for 2 cell cages. Sums for the 2 cell cages, which means 17 will at least have 17 will have a 9, 16 will have a 9, 15 can have or not, okay. So one of the 9s would have to be here, the other 9 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. So there are only 2 9s possible in these 4 2 cell cages, and that will be taken by 17 and 16. So one of the 9s are here and one of the 9s is here. So which means 15 would have to be 7 plus 8 and 14 would have to be 8 plus 6. It cannot have a 9. It cannot be 9 and 5. It has to be 8 and 6. So when we know this is 18, sum would have to be 39. So this is 21. So 18 and 21 will go hand to hand in a box, and 19 and 20 will go in a single box. I'm not sure if I'm going the right way. So this is 11. Can it have a 9? Because of course this cannot have a 9. You already have a 9 in this box. 11 cannot have a 9 because it cannot have the second digit would have to be 2. 2 is already used, so 9 would have to be in one of these three cells. So when 18 has a 9, it cannot have 8 in it, 7 in it, 6 is still possible. So you have 9 in one of these three cells. So it cannot have 8 in it, so 8 would have to be in one of these three cells. It cannot have even 7 in this, so 7 has to be in one of these three cells. Amazing. 7 and 8, 15. It has to be 21, so it has to be 6 again. So 6, 7 and 8, that's nice. So it has to be 4, 5 and 9 to get the 18 sum. Now if you get the 11, how is that possible? 9 and 2 is not possible, 8 and 3 is possible, 7 and 4 is not possible, 6 and 5, so it is only 3 and 8. So it is nothing but 6 and 7, right? You got the 22 sum now. Okay. Four and 5 is not possible, so this is 9. 9 can be eliminated from this cell and this cell. 9 is in one of these three cells. So we know that the 4 2-cell cages, we know the exact digits they will be having in every cage. Like for 17 it would be 9 8, for 16 it would be 9 7, for 15 it would be 7 8, because you cannot have a 9 in 15. You can have only 2 9s in these 4 cages, and for 14 again you cannot have a 9, so it has to be 8 and 6. Can a 17 cage be in this box? So if you have a 17 cage, what will be the next cage? It cannot be, it can only be 7 and 6. 13 is not possible. 13 we are using it here. So which means 17 cage cannot be in this box. 17 cage is either this or this. So if it is this, it would be 8 here, it would be the 8 here. Okay, let us not mark that 8 now. So 17 cage would have to be in one of these two cells, right? In these two cages, one of these two cages. What about 16? 16 is possible here. What about 15? 15 cannot be possible here, because next, what would be the next cage? If it is 15, it cannot be 17, it cannot be 16, it cannot be 14 as well. So 15 cage also will be somewhere in these two cages. So we know that these two cages are 15 and 17. So this is 9 7 6 and 8, which is 30 again. Okay, you'll have 14 and 16. Okay, so which means it is 1 in one of these two cells. So this is a 2, that is a 1. You get 2 in one of these two cells, which is nothing but this is 3, that is 2, that is 2. and 3 is in one of these two cells. So that is nice. We are actually able to solve this Sudoku now. This is 2, 4 and 5. 2 cannot be here. So this is 9, 8 and 7, 8, right? The 17 and the 15 cage is in one of these two cages, right? Like, I mean to say, both of these cages are, one is 17, one is 15, and we have 2 8s in these 4 cages. Into I mean to say 4 cells, so this has to be an 8, right? For the 17 we need 1 8, and for the 15 also we need 1 8. So 1 8 would be in one of these 3 cells. So this is the other 8. This is one of the 8s here. This can either be 9 or a 7. This is 7 or a 8, and this is 7, 8 or a 9. Okay, this is also 6, 7, 8 or a 9. You get 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet here. So this is 2 and a 4. 2, 3, 4 and 5. 3 cannot be in any of these two cells. Oh, come on, we got 1 here. 2 is, this is 3, that is 2. 2 is removed, so this is 2. I'm sorry. So you get a 3 in any of these two cells. You cannot get a 2 here. What about these cages? One is 19, one is 20. That's an amazing piece of logic here, guys. So whatever you have here, whatever it may be, either 7 or a 9, it has to be in one of these two cells, right? Right, because we know that it is 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet here. So whatever you have here would have to be in one of these two cells. That eliminates from all of these 5 cells. So that would be this cell. So whatever you have here would have to be here, and that is 7 actually. Am I right? So we got a 15 here. That means this is 17. I'm not sure if I'm right on this particular logic, but that was amazing. Sorry, getting a call. I think so I'm right. So this is 7, that is 7 eliminated. This has to be 6. So whatever you have here, now this cannot be 15 sum, this has to be 15 sum. 15 sum needs a 7 and 8, and this is 9 and 6. No, 15 sum is taken here, right? Sorry, this is 16, 7 and 9. This is 8 and 6. Okay. So one is 19 and one is 20. If this is 6, it can neither be 19 because that will have a 6 again, and it can neither be 20 because we will need to have a 7 again. So this is 8, that is 6. 15 is already done. For the 20 you need to have a 5, for the 19 you need to have a 4. So this is a 6 now. You need a 4, 5 or a 9 here. Okay, you have 4, 5 pair here, so this is 9. This cannot be a 6 now. 6 can, so you need a 10 sum, 12 and 13 sum. 10 is not possible because you all need a 4 here. 12 is not possible, you need a 6 here. This is 7 for the 13 sum. Okay, so this is 2 or a 3, this is 8 or a 9. So for the 13 sum it would be, For the 12 sum it is 9 3, for the 10 sum it is 8 2 in any way, right? We are not sure of it. Now we need to focus on the single cell cages. That's the very big thing here. How do I actually continue this? 7 2 9 6 8 1 3 4 and 5. This 8 gives you a 6 here and an 8 here. Both 9 and 8 cannot be here, 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 cannot be here. Both the 9 and 8 would have to be in one of these three cells, right? 8 or cannot be here as well, because you have an x-wing of 8 here. So 8 cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be in any of these cells, right? So this cell would have to be an 8. Amazing. What about 9? 9 has to be in one of these two cells, right? So which means you have an x-wing of 9 here again. 9 cannot be in any of... So there is only one place for the 9 in this column. This has to be 9. What about 6 and 7? Cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here. So there is only two places that both 6 and 7 can be, which is these two places, right? So this is not 9, 6, 7 pair here, which means this is 9. We got 6, 7, 8 and 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Oh, you have a 4, 5 pair already here. So 4 and 5 can be eliminated from this cell, these cells and these cells. You have 2, 3 pair here, so this has to be a 1. Wow, golf. Amazing logic, amazing logic. So 1 is eliminated from here. This is 3, 1, 3 is also eliminated from here. Four, 5, 6 and 7. Both these 2, 3, so this cannot be either 2 or a 3, because these both are different and C is both of these cells. So you got a 4, 5 pair here. 8, 9. Where can a 1 be? 1 has to be in one of these two cells, right? Okay. 6, 7, 1, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cell can neither be a 2 or a 3. Again the same logic. So this has to be 4, 5. Same way we can do for the 4, 5 as well and a 6, 7 as well. So 9, 8, 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 is not possible. 3 is not possible. 1, 4 and a 5. Same way both 6 and 7 cannot be here. Same 4 and 5 cannot be here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is not possible. 6, 7. So now you get a 6, 7 pair here. So this is 4 and 5, this is 6 and a 7, right? And this 6 7 1 4 and 5, so that gives you 1 4 and 5 here. So this is the only place for 2 in this box. That gives you this as 3. 3 is in one of these two cells. So this cannot be a 3. This is 1 or 3. One is in one of these two cells. Two, 4 and 5. So this is 2, 4 and 5. This is 2, 4 and a 5. Oh, come on, this 9 would have given us so many digits. 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, 8, 6, 3 and an 8. Okay, 3 is in one of these two cells. Come on. Oh, you have a 2, 4, 5 triplet here, so this has to be 1. 1 is in one of these two cells. This has to be a 3 now, right? 2, 4, 5. So this is 3, that is 2, that is 3. That gives you 9 and an 8 here. This is 9 and that is an 8 here. One, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 4 and a 5. 7 is in one of these two cells, okay? Come on. Where can 6 be? So this is a 6 now, that is a 1, that gives you 1 here. 4 and 5, that gives you 2 here. That gives you 2 here. 2 and a 7, so this is 2 and that gives you a 7 here. That gives you 6 and a 7. That gives you a 3 here, 3 here. Oh, that gives you 2, 4 and a 5. That actually disambiguates both the 4 and 5. 4, 5 and a 4. That gives you 5 and a 4. That gives you 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 and a 4, 5 and a 4. Wow, guys. What an amazing Sudoku this is. I must say, I have created one unique sum, but this is way better, far better than what I have created, and this is really amazing Sudoku. Hats off to the author. I really love this variant here, and the logic behind the Sudoku, the way the Sudoku flowed was really smooth. Thanks a lot for such a wonderful Sudoku, SamuPiano. I really enjoyed this Sudoku. I cannot say, I can say that it couldn't have been better. Amazing Sudoku. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.